Hi guys, so my name is Shalonda Latrice and I am coming to you guys to talk about my experience getting into nursing school. It has been a journey. In 2008, I graduated from high school. It's now 2024 and I have wanted to pursue my nursing degree since I graduated high school. So now we fast forward to 2024 and May 1st, I started my journey. I'm coming to you guys. I just want to say this because I'm looking a little rough, but I wanted to come as my first video, just come organically. You know, this is how I look when I'm studying, and I just wanted to come raw today. On my other videos going forward, I may look a little like something, but today I wanted to come organic. And again, I wanted to talk about the timeline. So I have gotten accepted into Western Governors University's pre-licensure BSN program, and it is typically a 4-year program, but you can accelerate the prerequisites, which allows you to actually finish this entire program within 2.5 years. Now, I started my application process in January of 2024, and I did not start until May 2024. That is because life is lifing all the time, right? So I pretty much had to go through and I had to submit my transcripts. I had to order my background check. I submitted my application January 7th. I submitted my transcripts January 8th, and I ordered my background January 24th. Now, I had my first appointment with my enrollment counselor on January 27th, right? So in the beginning, I'm like on it. I want to get this done because I want to start, and I wanted my actual start date to be March 2024 because they start on the 1st of every month. Also, keep in mind that is depending on your location, because I know Houston has a backlog, so you may not get in the next month. But for my area, I stay in Dallas, I was able to get in the next month after I got my acceptance letter. But again, I just had so many things going on, and then again, the prerequisites can be accelerated. So instead of taking them at the school, I decided to hold off, take classes on what they call Sophia Learning, which is I can do another video on that. But Sophia Learning, pretty much you can take your prerequisites there for the most part and accelerate through them. I completed the prerequisites that I wanted to do within like a month and a half. All right. So after I got those done, I then submitted another transcript so that those could be counted. One thing to keep in mind, that once you actually accept and commit to start at this school, you can't go back, right? So since I was aware of that, I did decide, hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and wait to sign my commit to start so that I could submit those classes. So there are 4 pre-licensure classes that are non-transferable that you would have to complete at the school. And I pretty much decided to do all my prerequisites that I could do outside except for patho. And then I have the 4 prerequisites that are non-transferable. I have those. So my first term pretty much consisted of the 4 non-transferable classes and pathophysiology. So far, I have started. I'm a month in, and I have taken my time because I don't know if you guys are like I am, but I have such anxiety that I will count myself out before I can even give myself a chance. So I self-sabotage, and I just want anyone who has that issue to really push through and really work on that, because I self-sabotage all the time and it can definitely set me back sometimes. And so, for example, my very first class for the term was critical thinking, and I just had so much anxiety. I felt like I'm not gonna remember all this stuff. I can show you guys like all the notes that I have, and they have different cohorts, which are really, really good. And I really appreciate because they have live cohorts that you can attend, and you pretty much get they'll do like 1 or 2 sections, and then you can take notes, you can ask questions. So that is really, really, really helpful. So I've taken, like all my notes, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna remember all this stuff, right? So I finally just put the pedal to the metal and dove in and just got it done, right? So I took my pre-assessment, and a lot of people for critical thinking, I've heard, could complete this class in like 2 to 3 weeks, which I've taken about 4 weeks. And I actually asked for a 1-week extension because, again, I procrastinated because I was just like, I can't do this. So if we rewind, I did the same exact thing with my HESI. I was not going to apply for this program because I did not think I was going to pass the HESI. And I passed the first try. And I was like, why do I do this to myself? So critical thinking, I have taken my pre-assessment and I passed on the first try. The pre-assessments are pretty much what you take after you have gone through all the material to test your knowledge. Now, I passed my pre-assessment. It told me, where I was as far as each individual category, and I had competency on all of them except for one, which was almost competent, but I still passed because I knew enough. So I pushed my actual objective assessment, which is the final assessment that you take in order to pass the class and move on to the next class. So I pushed that out a week so that I could actually study more and brush up on the ones that I wasn't competent in. So far, I will say I really love WGU. It allows a lot of flexibility, and I am a single mom of 5. So I have children from the ages of 14 to 2. And yes, life's all the time for me. So this allows me to have flexibility and pursue the dream that I've always had. So the timeline again was from January to May. And I moved very quickly in the beginning process. But again, the only reason that it took them so long to give me an acceptance is because I took those prerequisite courses outside, which I totally recommend because it will save you a lot of time. Now, what I would like to say is that if you take this program with absolutely no prerequisites, it'll be a 4-year program. But because you can accelerate the prerequisites, I've seen in one of our support groups someone who started with no prerequisites, and her goal was to complete all the prerequisites because you can accelerate, you can complete as many classes for the prerequisite in the 6-month term, as many as you can do. And I've seen her on a row. So it is actually possible for you to come in this program with absolutely no prerequisites completed. And if you have the time, you can complete those prerequisites in that first term and move into the actual nursing core. So I thought that was pretty neat. I don't have the time, guys. So again, I took the Sophia route, but yeah, there are a lot of options, a lot of flexibility, and that is my favorite part. So again, I just wanted to introduce myself because I do want to come back and let you guys know how my journey is going. I feel like I want to come on like after each course and say how I did it, and if you guys have any questions, if I could be of any assistance, because that's what I was looking for. I didn't have a lot of information out there. There were like 1 or 2 students who got on YouTube and talked about this journey, and then there was like one person on Instagram, and I was like, oh man. And I was always on her page. So now I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and document my journey because maybe I could help someone like myself. So again, it was nice meeting you guys. If you have any questions, please drop those questions below. I love to answer the questions. I will not leave you hanging, I promise. And yeah, best luck to all of you guys that are going to be future nurses. We are getting this BSN, guys.